Hi guys, Miss Vinky here, and today we are going to do a math lesson. And so before we left school, we talked a little bit about what different graphs were. So we talked about bar graphs, pictographs, and we got into tally charts just a little bit. And so I'm going to link a video to a Brain Pop video on our small website so that if you forgot and you need a refresher, you can watch that video. So today, since Earth Day is this week, we're going to do some Earth Day graphing. All right, here we go. So first things first, this is the worksheet that we're going to be completing. All right, and here is our graph. Now this graph is a horizontal graph because it's going to the side. If it was vertical, our pictures would have been at the bottom and it would be going up and down. So there are three pictures here. And this is a big tree, a baby tree, and a palm tree. So we're going to have to look at some pictures. We're going to count and determine how many of those pictures that we have. And then we're going to use our writing tool to fill in our picture graph. So the questions are, there are blank big trees, there are blank baby trees, there are blank palm trees, and there are more blank trees than any other. So once we fill in our bar graph, or you can make it a picture graph, whatever your choice, once we fill it in, we'll be able to answer this last question. So the first one says, there are blank big trees. So let's take a look at this. So here we have our tens frame, and we have a number line. And this says, how many big trees? Count them. So if you have printed out this document, I want you to count with me. You're going to use your fingers to touch and count. Parents, some of you might have to do hand-over-hand assistance for this task, but it will all depend on your child's individual abilities. All right, here we go. So how many big trees? Count them. I want you to touch and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 big trees. And now I'm going to look at my number line to find the number 5. So here's the number 5. I'm going to use my writing tool to circle it. I'll use red. So there's number 5. So now we're going to go back to our graph and we're going to find that image. Here it is, the big tree. And we had 5, I'm going to write that here, had 5 big trees. So I need to find that number. Here it is. I'm going to draw a dot to know how many that I need to color in. All right. I'm going to use a thicker writing tool. So here we go. Color with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is what we would do if we were using this graph to make a bar graph. Now, if we wanted to make it a pictograph, we could just draw any picture we would like. So since I have that dot there, I'm going to draw another one and a smiley face. And so I would put this picture in each of these boxes if I wanted to make it a pictograph. But we're going to stick to bar graphs for now. So I'm going to color these back in. Awesome. So remember, we counted 5 big trees. We counted 5 big trees. So we filled in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces for our bar graph for big trees. And then down here, we finished our sentence. There are 5 big trees. Very good. All right, so our next one, we need to count the baby trees. So if you printed the document, go to this page. All right, here again, we have a tens frame and we have our number line. So parents, when we use our tens frames, we always start at the first row and we count from left to right, and then you do the same for each row that you would have on your tens frame. All right, so this is a baby tree. How many baby trees? Count them. Count with me, make sure you're touching and counting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to go down to the beginning again. 6, 7. Let's count that one more time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're going to find 7 on our number line. And here is the number 7. So I'm going to take my writing tool again. I'm going to use a new color this time. Let's use yellow. I'm going to circle the number 7 with my writing tool. So if we go back to our graph and we find that picture, we knew that there were 7 baby trees. So I wrote my number 7. I'm going to use my writing tool again to draw a dot. Make sure that you're in the same row. Same row. You don't want to trick your brain and do it up here. You have to find your picture and use your finger to track and find the number 7. So now we're going to color it in. You'll take your writing tool again and color with me and count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now again, parents, it all depends on your child's ability with those fine and gross motor skills. So if they are unable to color within the lines or to color so that the information is correct, they could always do a dot. You could use stickers. There's so many ways to modify and adapt this assignment to meet the needs of your kiddos. All right, friends, so we knew, well, we didn't know before, but we counted. And we found out that there are 7 baby trees. And so we use that information to fill in our graph. All right, we have one more left. Here is a palm tree. So let's go to that page. Remember, if you printed that document, your page should look like mine. And so here we have another tens frame. And we have another number line. And our question says, how many palm trees? Count them. So I want you to touch and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to look at my number line and find the number 4. Here it is right here. So I'm going to take my writing tool again. I'm going to use another color and circle the number 4. Now this is 4. Let's count again to check our work and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome job. So if we go back to our graphing page, we now know that there are 4 palm trees. So write that number 4. All right, and now we have to fill in our graph. So I'm going to use that writing tool again, right? I'm going to find my palm tree and the number 4. I'm going to put a dot there to know where I need to stop so that my brain doesn't get tricked. So help me count as we color in our graph. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we stop. Very good. So if we look at all of our questions again, let's read them and see if our graph is correct. So we said that there are 5 big trees. If we find that picture and go over, bloop, 5, very good. There are 7 baby trees. Let's look. Here's the baby tree picture. We go all the way over. This is where we stop. And if we go up, there's our number 7. And last one, there are 4 palm trees. So let's find our palm tree picture. Here it is. Go all the way over to where we stopped and go up. The number 4. Awesome. So our last sentence says there are more blank trees than any other. So if we look at our graph, which line goes further out than the other? Which one has more? All right. So if we look at the big tree, we go to where it stops, which is here. There are still more on this side. Let's look at our baby tree. If we go all the way over, 7, do you see any above or below that might be further out? Nah. And here's our palm tree. If we go over, what number did we stop at? 4. And even if we didn't do that, we all know by looking at these numbers, 7 is bigger than 5 and 4. So which tree had more than any other? The baby tree. So we're going to write that in our space, baby. So Miss Bankett typed it in, but you can write that with your writing tool. And again, parents, you know your children, and based on their abilities, you can write it for them and have them identify the letters. You can write it in a marker and have them trace it, or you can have them write it themselves. But it all depends on the ability of your kiddo. All right, so let's review. There are 5 big trees, there are 7 baby trees, and there are 4 palm trees. And with the information that we found out and that we put in our graph, we found out that there are more baby trees than any other. And more, there are more, because 7 is bigger than 5 and 4. Very good, guys. I hope you all enjoy your week and that you do some fun activities to celebrate Earth Day. Bye, guys.